Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, but don't forget subscribe in channel and leave your like. Russell has no concerns over Verstappen after Abu Dhabi row. George Russell insisted he had no concerns about world champion Max Verstappen heading into the new Formula One campaign despite their furious row during last season's final race in Abu Dhabi. Russell accused Verstappen of blocking him dangerously during qualifying at the Qatar Grand Prix, a claim that resulted in a steward's investigation and Verstappen losing pole position to Russell. British driver Russell said Verstappen vowed to put him on his expletive head in the wall, calling the Dutchman a bully and adding his comments were unacceptable. Verstappen, who won his fourth consecutive world championship last season, labeled Russell a backstabber and a loser. Russell, asked during the 2025 Formula One season launch in London on Tuesday if he had talked to Verstappen since the concluding race on December 8, replied, "No, I haven't spoken to him. I have no concerns about him or his driving that happened last year and I want to focus on myself. But obviously things got out of line at the end of last year and I made it pretty clear that I'm not going to take it. But now it's 2025 and I'm focused on the job and the job is to win. So I'm not going to change my approach, fighting him or fighting any other drivers. The goal is the same." Ahead of the new season, Formula One drivers have been told they face race bans or heavy fines for repeated swearing or criticism of the sport's governing body, the FIA. It follows a wider crackdown on swearing by FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem, with Russell still to be convinced by the new regime. "Like I said last year, it's obviously going quite far with everything," Russell said Tuesday. Russell finished sixth last season, helping Mercedes to fourth in the constructors' standings. "Last year was probably my strongest season ever in Formula One and I feel I'm just getting stronger year on year," added Russell, who finished ahead of Hamilton in the 2024 standings. "Obviously you've got to work in tandem with the team because it is a man and machine and it's got to work together. My qualifying performance last year was my strength. I still felt I had more to bring in the race and I think these last 3 years have shown that. I've recognized the tracks that I've struggled at and that I want to work on, so yeah, small details." But following 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari, Russell will be Mercedes' senior driver when the new season begins in Melbourne on March 16. The 27-year-old will now be partnered by Andrea Kimi Antonelli, 18, with the Italian rising star making his debut in Formula One. Kimi is a super fast driver and super motivated. "Of course, for any driver in their first year there is a lot to learn, but I'm sure it's going to be a good season together," said Russell. Russell draws a line under Verstappen feud, focused on winning. George Russell is ready to put his past differences with Max Verstappen behind him as he turns his attention to the 2025 Formula One season with Mercedes. The contentious relationship between the two drivers reached a boiling point after an impeding incident in Qatar, which cost Verstappen pole position. The Dutchman publicly criticized Russell's conduct in the stewards' hearing, claiming the Briton had done everything possible, and even lied, to ensure he was penalized, but Russell hit back with a vengeance, exposing a dark side to the championship winner, accusing Verstappen of bullying tactics and a pattern of reckless behavior whenever things don't go his way. "I haven't spoken to him, but I have no concerns about him or his driving or anything," Russell told the media on Tuesday at the Sports F175 season launch event. Reflecting on the feud, Russell admitted that the animosity had crossed a line but made it clear he's ready to move on and focus on winning rather than on old rivalries. "That happened last year and I want to focus on myself," Russell said. "Obviously things I felt got out of line at the end of last year and I made it pretty clear that I'm not going to take it." Russell emphasized that his approach to racing Verstappen, or any other driver, remains unchanged. Entering his 7th season in Formula One, the Briton is determined to fight at the front and push Mercedes back into championship contention. "Now it's 2025 and I'm focused on the job and the job is to win," Russell added. "So I'm not going to change my approach, fighting him, fighting any other drivers. The goal is the same, and I guess we'll see when we get to Melbourne. For Russell, Melbourne marks a fresh start, an opportunity to channel his energy into reclaiming glory for Mercedes. While Verstappen remains a formidable rival, Russell is focused on what he can control, delivering results on track and striving for victory. As the season opener looms, Russell's ability to navigate the fine line between fierce competition and professionalism will be pivotal. With Verstappen also aiming to defend his crown, the battles ahead promise to be intense. But this time, the Mercedes driver is steering clear of the distractions. The message is clear: 2025 is about racing, not rivalries. Lewis Hamilton's savage comment to Jack Whitehall left audience shocked. Lewis Hamilton will be reunited with Jack Whitehall at the F1 season launch event on Tuesday night, as it's not the first time the pair have crossed paths. Lewis Hamilton's sharp retort to Jack Whitehall once left the audience of the Graham Norton show gasping in disbelief. The seven-time Formula One world champion and the comedian were sharing the couch with actor Ewan McGregor 9 years ago when the topic of driving skills came up. Hamilton, 40, admitted to host Graham Norton that he rarely drives off the track. Whitehall chimed in with a cheeky query: "Can you park? Are you good at the whole shebang or just the fast bit?" Without missing a beat, Hamilton shot back, "We know that you can't drive." The audience audibly reacted to the jibe before Hamilton doubled down, questioning Whitehall: "How does a man not have a driver's license?" Despite his self-confessed lack of driving ability, Whitehall smoothly replied, "I get picked up by the chicks." Nearly 10 years after their memorable exchange, the duo, both self-confessed Arsenal FC fans, are set to cross paths again as Whitehall hosts the F1 season launch event this Tuesday evening. The event, dubbed F1 75, marks the 75th anniversary of the prestigious racing series, where Hamilton will make his inaugural public appearance representing Ferrari, reports the Mirror. The British racing star is set to make his debut with Ferrari next month at the Australian Grand Prix, forming a formidable duo with teammate Charles Leclerc. Ferrari chief Benedetto Vigna has high hopes for the pairing, expressing confidence in their potential. "We aim to compete at the top in both the Formula One and Endurance Championships, with a reinforced team and a clear objective: to win," he stated. On a brand level, the arrival of Lewis is certainly good for us. It will be a good partnership with Leclerc. With Hamilton's less than stellar qualifying record last season at Mercedes compared to George Russell, Sky Sports analyst Martin Brundle emphasizes the need for Hamilton to hit the ground running at Ferrari. "He's got to do that," Brundle insisted to Sky Sports. "He's got to use his experience. There are no excuses at this level for anybody, even the rookies, but you might give the rookies half a season to get their act together, maximum. They will expect somebody like Lewis to have aced the people around him and the car within 2 or 3 races, to be honest. Never underestimate Lewis Hamilton." And you, fan? Do you think about Hamilton's situation? Write in the comments.